Cosby's chart and thought it was a sign. Beverly was shouting on Facebook again.
There's witches at the park, y'all. They're summoning sin.
She said they're burning crosses made of patchouli sticks, selling frog bones, wearing black lipstick. I said, calm down, beef, but she wouldn't let go. Now she's praying through traffic on the way to the show.
Sunday's coming, and so are the pagans with incense burning and handmade aprons. They're dancing in circles, selling rocks and rings, while the Baptists panic over fairy wings. We got tarot, toadstools, and moon phase teas. Lord, save us all from handmade potpourri. Linda brought holy water in a spray perfume. She misted the porta potty like a hotel room. She said, I heard him chanting down by the trees. I said, that's just Steve reading Rones on his knees.
Welcome. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Did you guys enjoy that intro song? Huh? That was fun, wasn't it?
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Loved
something
it.
fresh, something new for us this week. I like it too. That's why I put it in there.
I loved it.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you guys, ladies, doing good?
I'm well.
Yes.
You sure? Are you sure?
I am.
Yeah. I'm doing good. I'm healing.
Danny had knee surgery. Jen had drain issues this week.
But we're here, so hey.
We're here.
And you both made it. So congratulations.
Yep.
Yes.
Jen is saying hello to everybody. There's David. How are you doing? Show it. Show it. There we go. Hi, David. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy
Hump Day. so to
Wednesday.
speak.
I guess the real question is, Jen, did you get your drain fixed?
Well, it's working. The liquid plumber did its job, and the hot water I poured down after worked. So
Hey,
everything's working so far. Fingers crossed.
good evening, Amanda. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Scott. Good evening to you, bud. There is Deborah. Fair. Good evening. Hi. Some of you guys, we've been good. It's a good week here. Hope you're doing good too, David. It has been an interesting week for me. There's a lot of people that are probably end up watching this show that's new to me. Welcome to my page. It's nice to meet every single one of you, and welcome to the Hearth and the Stag Podcast. And these are my two lovely co-hosts, Jen and Danny. And tonight we're going to be talking about change. Interesting topic, I think, to be fair. And plus, we're going to be giving away a prize like we did last week too. I thought, what the hell? Let's just do it again this week. So we're going to be giving away a 20-piece healing stone kit for all you folks out there who maybe we're in the process of healing. Maybe that'll help you guys out. But that's what we're doing tonight, giving away some stones, talking about change, playing some music, and you get to see our lovely faces too as well. So let's talk about change. In your guys' opinion, what is it that you guys feel is so hard about change? And Jim,
Fear.
I'll ask you.
Fear. Everyone is, well, most people are absolutely afraid of change. I think the fear is the biggest issue with change.
I think that is the biggest issue. Danny, why do you think people fear change so much?
Because of the unknown. People are comfortable in their comfort zone, right? They're content, they're comfortable, yet internally they feel like they're not stable in that situation. Even, and let's just use an example as you have a stable job, then you quit the job, right? Making 6 figures a year to start your own business of a hobby that you had. And then it ends up taking off and you become super successful and you're like, wow, I'm so glad. But in that interim, you're terrified to make a step like that. Because what if you fail?
Yeah. Fear of failure is huge.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, I guess what I also see a lot too is that people are not happy in their situation, whether it's their home life or work, and they're that fear steps in of leaving that job or leaving that bad relationship. I I'm a victim of it too. To be fair,
I
I
am
think
too.
Yeah.
I
I
think
worked
we all have been a victim of it.
I worked a job I hated for a really long time just because I was too scared to branch out into anything else. And I ended up being reduction enforced out of that job. And that was the best thing that ever happened because I have the job that I have now. And I love my job, my muggle job, so to speak. And then, I have all my other endeavors that I do. And, I did that online convention last weekend, and that was scary because it was, you sign up for it and then they, agree that you're going to do it. And that's a change, putting yourself out there and speaking to it on a global convention thing it's pretty scary. But
Hello, Abby.
then once you do it, you're like, well, that wasn't even anything to be afraid of.
Yeah, that is so common. It's like after it's over, you're like, why did I even waste that energy stressing myself out?
Yep.
You actually feel empowered afterwards.
And then you're like, I can't wait for the next one.
Yes. This is so true.
Too bad it's a year away. Why do I gotta wait? So I'm ready to do this thing next week.
My next one's in February.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, WitchCon's in February, so I'll do that one.
Why do we think that so many people who embrace change are so rewarded?
Well, they're not always.
Well,
Everyone is, but mostly it's because once you step out on that limb and embrace the change, usually it pays off because you're usually going into something that is going to pay off. It doesn't always pay off, but it usually does.
I've from my experience, once I embraced that change, things really started looking up because I always thought of myself as a certain way. I'm this guy. I'm this guy. I'm this guy who isn't worth much, and I had to learn to change different aspects of who I was. And I was scared to do that because all I known was these negative things that people have said to me or the negative thoughts that I had about myself. So embracing that change, once I embraced that change of a different way of thinking, things became a little bit brighter for me, a little bit different scenario. But that's the beauty of change is we all have to embrace it at some point or another.
I know a big change for me was, as you know, in January, I almost, and after that, I decided I'm never going to do anything I don't want to do again. And I'm going to do absolutely everything I do want to do. And sometimes when you change, it's really hard for the people around you. And when you make big changes in your life and decide, I'm going to do what I want to do, and not necessarily if it's going to hurt someone or not, but it's just, I'm not going to do things I don't want to do. And when you change your boundaries and make decisions in your life, oftentimes it really upsets the people that are used to you bending your boundaries for them. And sometimes change is a lot harder on the people around you than it is actually on you.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true though, because people get so used to you being this one way.
Yep.
For me, it was always my persona of how I presented myself in public and the antics that I did that left a huge stigma around me. And so I had to embrace the fact that, okay, so maybe I do need to change. Maybe the antics ain't cutting no more. Maybe I shouldn't be seeking that attention and this such a negative fashion. Let me try to see if I can get what I need doing positive things. I'm a weird guy. I'm complicated.
We all are.
Yeah.
I'm complicated. But why do we think, well, Danny, why do you think change is important?
To me, change is one of the most important things people go through. I mean, just in daily life in general, having a new life, a job change. I mean, we really have to learn to get comfortable with change and not look at it as an uncomfortable thing, but look at it in a perspective of a growth. Like, wow, I'm going to grow from this. This change is
Yeah,
going to be good. What can I take from this change? How can I like maximize this growth in this change? And really, it comes down to just like changing our perspectives.
Yep.
and that's really hard to do, though, isn't it? Sometimes.
It is because we're programmed. We're so heavily programmed from childhood. Our
And
parents
some of that program,
instill their stuff on us. Teachers instill. It goes on and on and on.
some of that programming, though, we've done to ourselves. Our
Hmm.
habits, we're
Sure.
creatures of comfort. Yes, I think yes, we are instilled some things, and we are programmed some things, but there's also things that we pick up through life that we find entertaining, or basically entertainment value. We take that, like, for example, you find something that you enjoy doing, and you kind of it becomes a hobby to the point that you're training your programming yourself, and all you know is like, hey, I'm gonna pick up this controller when I get off work, and I'm gonna play video games for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Or I'm going to scroll on Facebook and social media for 3 hours, just doom scrolling. And then you get more and more
Doom scroll.
depressed. Doom scrolling and get more and more depressed as you look at all the crap that's going on and you don't see all the good stuff that's going on around you in the real world because you're so focused on all the crap going on social media. I put one day aside every week that I do not get on social media at all.
That's my Sundays.
That's my Sundays too. That's my Sunday. Every Sunday it's a technology break. I do not get on social media.
I had to make those changes in my, because I can't spend too much time here on Facebook, or creating things that it takes away that it take away time with my kids. So I've told myself, when I do decide to come back, that I need to make a few changes on how I handle business, so to speak, when I get on social media. It's important. I got to find that my time too, and that was a hard change for me.
It is
But
hard, and when you have an online persona like we do, it's hard because people expect you to be available all the time and they expect to see you all the time.
I hope they don't expect that.
Well, they expect it, but that doesn't mean that we have to give it to them.
I think I post and engage
Exactly.
enough. I think some people may say too much.
You and me both.
And I can agree with that too. Let's look at some comments here. I seen this big long one by David, which I'm getting ready to meet this fella here in this weekend. Actually, David,
Nice.
I am. Yeah,
Oh.
he lives in the same state that I live in, so he's going to come over here and visit, and we're going to fellowship and hang out and all that good stuff. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. He's going to meet me in person.
Oh my God, he's going to see your serial killer closet.
He's going to see where you just came out of.
He does. He keeps me under the closet. I stay in the Harry Potter closet. Just a facade.
David says, I stayed in South Carolina for 37 years and I never left, even though I wanted to, and I knew I needed it, but making the change was the scariest thing I ever done, to leave everything and everyone I've had known in my entire life. But in 2021, I finally did. I accomplished more since then. I did my entire life there, and my happiness, it only continued to flourish. Man, I can relate to this, David, because I I have moved to more places than I actually want to admit. I mean, I've probably lived more places than I got hands and toes. in my life, and I've moved from states to states to states to another state. When I was younger, I moved everywhere. I lived in Tennessee to Missouri to heck, I lived everywhere in the Midwest. So when you first make those leaps like that, it's really scary because that's a whole new life. You got a whole new place you're going to, but it's also that opportune time for a second chance in life as well, because you're going somewhere. Like in my case, I ruined my reputation just because being who I was. I thought going to a new place, that's a clean slate. I can start fresh again. That is scary.
It is very scary. Moving is very scary. Period.
Yeah, I agree. But it's a
Abby
new
says,
start.
especially for the ones who like to get in trouble.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
I can't even count how many times I had to move state to state just to avoid the law.
Oh.
Oh, it's been about 6 months. I better move. The postal service has finally got my address. Time to go. Abby Hammett says, I am trying to change and learn to love myself after going through so much in my life. I've always had BS going on around me, and most of it's because I was allowing it to get to me. So change is coming, and it's harsh. But I'm ready for it. I'm ready for a difference. You know, I never look at change as being hard or scary. I look at it as a new opportunity, something new that's going to happen. I don't care if it's bad or if it's good. I never really cared about none of that. I enjoyed something different, something different going on in my life. Besides that everyday mundane thing that was always going on. Here comes some change. I'm ready for it, I think.
Yeah, but humans are creatures of habit. And so
We are.
it's very hard for people to get the perspective of change is good. And once you get yourself used to that, oh, change is good, it's not a terrible thing, you can actually look forward to change. Once you train yourself that way, life is very different. But very few people are able to actually think, oh, change is good, and actually mean it. They change is good. But I don't mind change. My regular job is in healthcare, and the only thing that is constant in healthcare is change. So I'm used to that. But you have to change your whole mindset about change to realize that it's good.
Davis says Abby Hammett and Haunted Lunacy is my family. They left South Carolina with me, and now I introduced them to. Well, welcome to the group, and we love when people bring in the family in. How cool is that? Well, for real. I absolutely am a firm believer that change is absolutely important for a person. I think we have to grow as human beings. I think we have to grow, and in order to grow, we have to learn to embrace the change.
Yep.
Yes.
I think so too.
Sometimes it's change that we have to make, and sometimes it's change that the universe says it's time to make.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we might not like it.
and them are the moments that change is ugly. Change is not fun. When the universe says, all right, I'm tired of you procrastinating.
Yep. You're in that hamster wheel. Get out.
About it.
Kick.
I'm tired of you sitting on your ass,
Yep.
thinking about it, and not making your reality yours.
So now you're gonna lose your job, right? And now
you're getting fired. Now you're getting fired. Now you're getting fired from your job. Now you're fixing to lose your home.
Yep.
Lose your car because you decide not to embrace change. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm exaggerating, of course, guys, but that's why I think it's so important to embrace it yourself. You know exactly when you need to make a change in your life. The moment that you sit there in the back of your head going, I don't like this. I don't like this. You know right then and there that it's time to make a change. You choose as a person, as an individual, to procrastinate and let that one moment grow into snowball into something great big to the point that you're just letting it go on to the universe take control. That's not what we're supposed to do. She'll do it and she'll be happy to do it for you.
She will.
But that's not how it's supposed to be.
My mom always said that, you know, change is good and whatever happens is meant to happen. And you know, like when I would go crying to her about something that had happened, a boyfriend broke up with me or, you know, something like that. And she's like, well, it's just meant to be that way. And she lived her life that way. And I was like, all right. That's what you say. But she was always right. Whatever happened it worked out the way it was supposed to. And so that's what I say. The universe takes care of things.
I mean, I went through a lot of pain and grief and in my younger years for a reason. There was a reason for it. And there was nobody there to pull me up out of my slumps that I was in. I had to pull myself up. I had to personally make those changes. The universe put me in situations where it left me with no choice but to make those changes. And what I've learned through this, there was 3 things that I took from my experiences dealing with procrastinating, what I should be doing. But what I learned was these 3 steps that I learned were accepting, letting go, and moving on. We won't dive too deep in why I'm picking those 3, why those 3. Once again, guys, this is not. I'm not no Dr. Phil. I am not no psychiatrist. I'm not your therapist. But I'm just giving you things that help me through my obstacles in life and what I've learned through me getting through those obstacles, what I needed to do, and why these 3 things were so important for me. That being said, stick where you guys are at right now. We're going to play some music, and these music videos kind of coincide with the topic that we have that we're talking about tonight: change, and ways that and the ways of the Jedi, of the ways that we can do change. The 3 ways. This one is accepting. Another video of mine, of course. Yes, thank you. My music once again. But yes, that's what we're doing. Stay tuned, guys, right where you're at. Hang with us. Later on in the show, we're going to be spinning the old wheel. This wheel right here. And we're going to be giving away that 20-piece healing stone set straight delivered to you, right to your door. All for free. So stay tuned. We'll be right back, everybody.
I'm not okay, no matter what you say. Trying to find my place in this lonely space. What have I become? I have come undone. Accepting, I'm breaking. Accepting is forgiving. Learn to love yourself. Accepting is creating a life you deserve. Do you like the person you see? If you want more, you gotta believe. Nothing in life is gonna be easy. Set yourself free. Accepting, I'm breaking. Accepting is forgiving. To love yourself. Accepting is creating a life you deserve. Do you like the person you say? If you want more, you got to believe. Nothing in life is gonna be easy. Set yourself free. Accepting you're breaking, accepting is forgiving. To love yourself. Accepting is creating a life you deserve. We all make mistakes, we all fall down. We get back up again, fighting our reasons so loud. We all
Yeah, I'm probably the only. I'm probably the only positive dude that has a positive message in heavy metal.
Nah, I don't think so.
But anyway, that was another one of our songs. Accepting. You
I
guys have to.
loved it.
I hope you guys accept the song.
Yes.
I
I
liked
thought
it.
it was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the video and the little words. I like that.
It was.
Hmm.
I just wanted it to be quick, simple, with the message of what was
Yeah.
going on tonight and why accepting the three things that I was talking about. Why accepting is number one. If you look through that video, there's different things that pop up, different sentences or words that pop up that are key. If we want to accept change or let change in our life, I think accepting the way that we are and the things that we've done, and whether past, present, and you're trying to look into the future, you got to learn to accept your past. You have to learn to accept who you are. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to ever make those changes in your life. For me, my change was getting sober, and I base a lot of my experience on the journey of me becoming sober. So as I was sober, I had to with that cloud going, I had to really look at myself in the mirror, ask myself, do I like the person that I see? And I didn't. But that's a hard thing to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't like you, because we'll find as human beings, we'll find every excuse in the book on the reason why we like ourselves. We don't want to tell
Yeah.
ourselves all the bad things that we've done. We want to kind of forget that and toss that to the side and not worry about it. You know what I mean? File it away into your little personal, I don't give a fucking filing cabinet somewhere in your head.
That's called shadow work.
And that's a lot where I
Not
dwell in. Well, I mean, it is for me. It's become fun. It wasn't fun at first, but it became fun.
Yeah. I did a lot of it when I realized that most of the problems I had in relationships were because of me. And I realized that I was the problem, and that it's better off if I just made bad choices, and it was better if I stopped making them. So because I just didn't do well in relationships. I'm not meant for those. It's not for me. And I'm much happier, and people are happier around me.
And it's really important to learn, as we don't want to look at ourselves and, man, Sid, you are an addict, or Sid, you are this asshole that everybody says that you are. To look yourself into the mirror and have that moment of brutal, unadulterated honesty with yourself. If you desire change so much in your life that you don't like the position that you're in your life and you want change, you don't like the trajectory that your life is going, you need to be able to even begin your journey. You have to learn how to accept who you are. That's a good side, and
Yep.
that's the bad side. If you don't like one or the other, I get it. You don't have to like the things that you did wrong, but what you have to do is accept the fact that you did these things, and you are this person that you are looking at in the mirror that has this history. Instead of running from it, you got to learn to accept it before you can even begin the journey of healing or begin the journey of
Yeah.
wanting to make these changes in your life.
You can't live in denial of the things that you did wrong, that you messed up. You just have to say, okay, that happened. I did that. Sucked. But I have to move on from it, accept that I did it, take responsibility for it, and improve myself.
It sucks. It's hard. It's ugly. It's brutal. If you're truly doing what you're supposed to do, It's all those above that I just mentioned. It does become easier once you make the initial step into saying, okay, I accept this. Okay, I am what they say I am. I have these bad personality traits or bad qualities about me. Okay, I get it. I am this person. I don't like it. It hurts my soul. It hurts my heart. I don't want to be this person. I don't. Then your journey has begun.
Yeah, I feel like that's when the magic happens because that's when you start stepping into alignment with your soul. That's when all the magic, the synchronicities start showing up. You know, the universe starts
Mhm.
sending you messages. Then, when you receive those messages, you start feeling more grateful. And it's just like a snowball effect of like positive blessings that just start coming to you.
For
Get to
sure.
some comments right here. David says, for myself, I always thought I had to save everyone around me. I thought I had to be what everyone needed. Then I blamed those people, but eventually I had to accept that it was my choice to believe this and let it happen. I had to accept the change that was needed was me making a change, which is why I finally left home to make a change and find my true self. We have to push ourselves. We if you're committed to being a better you, accepting has to be your start. But what happens? But what happens after the fact that you come to realization that okay, I am this person, I am what people say I am? Then what do you do then after that? Do you just live with it? Do you live with the fact that okay, I'm this bad guy? Are you just letting it stay there? Are you just letting it kind of marinate in your soul to the point that it makes you depressed, that gives you anxiety? Or are you learning how to let these things go? And that was my second thing,
I mean,
my second step.
some people
And some people can't. And I get that. And that's why the second one is just about as challenging as the first one. Because once you accept it, you have to learn how to let it go. And if you don't learn how to, it'll eat you alive if you don't. It'll
yes, it
eat
will.
you like a cancer if you don't learn how to let it go. And it's hard. Do you guys, you ladies, have any moments in your life where you said, "Okay, I have to make this change. I have to let something like this go"? And what did it feel like to you?
Uh, I had to let all the bad decisions I made in relationships. I had to let that go because I was a terrible person a lot of the time, and I had to let it go and just be like, okay, that's who I was. I can't be this way anymore, and I'm going to learn how to love myself and enjoy my own company and make myself happy and love me because I can't love anybody else until I love myself. And I had to accept that those were my faults. I couldn't blame anybody else for it. Those were my faults. And I had to deal with that, accept it, eat it, so to speak, and then change and grow to love myself and my own company.
How did you go about enlighten us? Teach us something, Jen. When you say letting go, when you say letting
I
go,
journaled. I journaled. I wrote. I have so many journals. I wrote it all out. And it's like when you write it all out, when you get it out and you put it on a piece of paper, you don't have to keep it. You can burn it. You don't have to keep it and look at it and read it ever again. But when you write it all out in a journal, it really gets it all out of you. And you write it all out in a journal and you get all those feelings out, get all those emotions out, and when you write it out and you say, this is what I did this, I did this, I did this, and it gets it out of you. And you accept that when you write it out and you say, I was an asshole, you write and it puts it all out there for you. And that's how you get work through it and write all your feelings out. And that's how I did it. I wrote it all out in journals. I'm not a therapy person. I'm Gen X. I can't do it. I don't want to feel my feelings with people around me. So I just wrote it all out in journals. And that's how I worked through it all.
Danny, you've
Not
been
every
through a lot. You've been through a lot in your life, Danny,
Yes.
and you've had to let go of a lot of. You had to learn how to let go of a lot of things yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Enlighten us on your method of letting things go.
I would say my method now, I would go back to like my method in the past, and that was when I was younger. And so that would be my method was self-harm, to be honest with you. It really was when I was going through my lowest of my low when I was 13, 14, 15. That was my coping mechanism at that age. Now, as an adult, um, I would say I do journal a lot. I'm really big on nervous system regulation techniques. Having a grounding, cleansing, protecting yourself every day. Sleep is really so important. People, that's the number one thing. It goes sleep, diet, then exercise. And sleep is so underrated. It really, 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 really is. It starts with like a strong foundation with sleep first, nervous system regulation, journaling, going in, maybe, even meditations, meditating, going into those dark moments, asking what lessons can I learn from this dark place?
That's a good tool to use.
Yeah. I mean, if our nervous system is regulated, we're not going to be like, oh, this and that, and our mind going crazy and stuff like that. And it could be just as simple as like a box breathing, just breathing in for 4, holding your breath for 4, breathing out for 4, holding that breath for 4. Repeat that 5, 6 times. I guarantee you, you will not be in your panic attack anymore. You just won't.
Amanda says here, I'm working on learning to love me and put me first. This is hard to do when my whole life has always been about pleasing everyone else. As long as the people around me are happy, I will be all right. That has always been my thought process.
I
People
have a
pleasing.
little word of advice for you, Amanda. I used to be that way too.
Me too.
And you'll have to pardon my language, but fuck them.
Yep.
That's really what you got to do. It's like, fuck them. You
And they're going to
cannot
call
worry
you
about other people.
selfish and
Life,
everything. You'll be
yeah,
selfish and whatever else, but
that's
that's
when
okay.
you put up your boundaries. You have to put up your boundaries. And that's when other people get upset with you because they're so accustomed to crossing your boundaries that when you put up your boundaries, they're upset. Fuck
Yep.
them. Life is too short and too finite to worry about other people. Let them worry about their damn selves. You got yourself to worry about. Worry about you, make yourself happy. They got themselves to make happy. It's not your job to make other people happy. It's really not. Life is too short to worry about other people. Trust me,
Absolutely.
I make plenty of people mad all the time. I make people mad all the time. I do not
All the
care.
time. Let me get
All
close
the
to the
time.
mic. All the time.
I don't care. I don't care. If I upset someone, it's it's a them problem. If I do something that upsets them, it's on them. I didn't do it purposefully. If it hurt their feelings, that's on them. I didn't do it purposely to hurt their feelings. I'm living my life the way I want to live it. If it upsets them, that's them. That's on them. It's not on me.
I've
And I sound
learned
mean when I say this. That's just the way it is.
well, I mean, I guess if you're sounding mean, I would sound mean too, because that's exactly how I see it as well. I've
Same.
learned I've learned that learning how to let go could be very difficult or it could be very easy. For me, it's become very easy because now I have these 2 words that I really like a lot, and that's fuck it. I'm
Fuck
not
it.
I'm not I'm not going to worry about all the bad that's happened because tomorrow's a brand new day of opportunities. Yesterday is history, so fuck it. I'm
Yep.
not going to worry
Mhm.
about it no more. Today is a new day. That was yesterday. Nothing I could do to change that anymore. That's gone. That's gone past me. So goodbye and fuck it.
The
Yep.
best advice is be like dogs, live in the now.
Lick
Live
your
in the
assholes.
now. And like, if you can reach it, I guess.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
just live in
try.
the now. You cannot change the shit that's happened in the past. It happened. You can't change it. Fuck it. Go forward. Wake up every day. Say, okay, I fucked that up yesterday, but I will do better today. Today's going to be a better day. But you and if like I mean, I get private messages all the time about I can't believe you did that. So I'm like, I can't believe you can't believe it. you know me. I don't. Sorry, you can't believe it. Whatever. I'm a very different person than I used to be. I had a guy that I dated like in 2011. He messaged me. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, I'm not that girl that you used to know, my man. I'm not that same like me now. And he's like, "Oh, you sure?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm very sure." I'm not that same person.
Positive.
No, we changed.
Positive.
Positive.
We're gonna take a quick break, guys. Keep we right. We got some more music coming up, and ironically enough, this song's called "Let It Go" or "Let Go." I'm sorry, and still hang out where you're at because we still got to give away the 20-piece healing stones as well. So listen to the tunes, get yourself a drink, come back, hang out, chill with us. This is me. This is the song "Let Go." We'll see you in a few minutes.
You had enough, you're tired of this stuff. This life has got it tough. Time has passed you by and left you high and dry. You gotta let go. Face your demons, let it go. Release what's killing you. Let go. No looking back, get back on track. Shedding your sins to begin again. It's like shedding skin to feel again. You gotta let it go. Face your demons, let it go. Release what's killing you. Let go, let go, let go. I feel again, shedding my skin. Facing my demons to feel again. You gotta let it go. Face your demons, let it go. Release what's killing you. I feel again, shedding my skin to live again. Let go. Let go. You gotta let it go. Face your demons, let it go. Release what's killing you. I feel again. Shedding my skin to live again. To live again.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hearth and the Stag Podcast. That was Mirrodin Seer. I won't say who that is with "Let It Go." Welcome back. So yeah, we're talking about change and my little process, 3 little step process that I did, and we was talking about accepting, how important that is to begin your process of change. We talked about when you start accepting these things, learning how to let go of the things that you accepted that no longer, as us witches say, serve you anymore. We talked a bit about that. We won't go, we're not diving too deep into these subjects. These are ideas for shows, upcoming shows, but we are kind of like rubbing or scratching the surface a bit of learning how to accept and let go. And our third one, as learning how, once again, how to move on. Deborah, some of the comments here. Deborah says, "Fuck it, I love it. It's my motto. It's the way I live life. It's the way I live life."
I use that word like a comma.
Veronica throws out a heart to us. Thank you. Amanda says thank you all so much. Well, we're not. We don't give the best advice because we're not professionals. I mean, I'm sure a professional will probably give you guys a little bit something, but we talk from personal experience. That's all. David says, "Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. We only have now." And my grandma's words, the wise words of Granny: "Learn from yesterday, dream of tomorrow, and live your life today." Grandma has the words of wisdom. I think we need I think we're going to have David give us weekly words of wisdom from Granny for the show.
Yes, I love that idea.
I do too. Grandma's got some wise words.
They usually do.
My grandfather's was, "It takes two fools to have an argument, and I'm no fool."
Deborah Fair says that was awesome. Thank you, Deborah. Amanda says, "I've only been on this new journey for less than 2 months, and already my circle has gotten even smaller. I do feel selfish when I choose me, but I know that in order for me to actually truly be happy, I have to choose me." What you're going to be a direct. How do I put this? What's happening inside you will reflect on the outside of you. Oops, sorry. It will reflect the outside of you. What I mean by that, if you're not happy, people around you are not going to be happy. If I'm happy, people around me are going to be happy. They're going to see me smile. They're going to see me joke. They're going to partake into my happiness. Or if I'm in a bad mood, they're going to know I'm in a bad mood, right? And they're going to participate in my bad mood. So yes, if you do not take care of you first, then the people around you, even though that circle may be small, being smaller, that's okay. Those people were not meant to be in your life anyway. In
My
your
circle
growth,
is very small.
Same.
I don't even have a fucking circle.
I have like a crescent moon. Crescent moon. I have like 3 people I truly trust. Like both of my parents have passed away, so I'm like 3 people maybe.
David says, create your own environment. Well, I mean, that's kind of what you have to do. When I was an addict and the height of my addiction, I was living in one state, and I had all the connections that I needed to keep my addiction going. I had to subconsciously tell myself that I have to leave this place and take myself somewhere else. Pluck myself out and plant myself somewhere else. In order to ensure that I can achieve my goal to sobriety. Sometimes we have to make those changes. We can't. That's what I've been saying the whole show. We have to make the change. It's a lot easier that way. It'd be a lot happier that way. Trust me, you don't want the universe to say, take care of the situation for you.
No, it's very painful when that happens. I have many lessons that way from universe.
Robert says,
Me too.
I
Me
find
too.
by putting my happiness first inadvertently helps others anyway. Well, you're an example. When you're doing this, you're an example of of that person should be doing. And that's important. You would have to be able to, people like Robert, like ourselves, get on here and talk about these things, because if not, people just sit on it, right? They'll just sit on it. What ways, after accepting and letting go, was Danny? I'll ask you this: what ways did you learn how to move on? Once you started letting go of the things that you was doing, or situations that you was in, how did you move on?
I dove deep into other healthy things that would benefit me in the future. So when I lost, like, let's say, for example, when I lost my full-term stillborn son, that's when massage therapy found me. That's when I found out about energy healing. So I did soul searching, shall we say. And then, as I said, when we get in alignment, things will just like kind of like flow into our lap a lot of times without even trying. And then all of a sudden, this massage school popped up. And then all of a sudden, some sort of energy healing thing I saw as an article in a paper. But now I'm aware because I want to make that change. Right. And so I'm stepping more into alignment with myself, and I'm stopping, smoking weed or whatever I was drinking at the time, whatever I was doing at that time, because I know if I'm going to become a massage therapist or I'm going to become this, those can't be a part of my life in that moment. So you have to just be headstrong and understand and make those sacrifices and go all in
I
with
like the
yourself.
fact that you said as you was making these steps forward to moving on, opportunities started popping themselves up. And that's what happens, right?
Yes.
When you're committing yourself to I'm doing this, opportunities start to appear. People, you start going, okay, I'm going to try this, or I'm going to do this, or this door is open for me. I'm
Yeah,
going to walk in and give it a try. That's moving
exactly.
on, finding something to replace the negative into
Yes.
something positive is where I'm trying. I guess is what a good example is what Danny just said.
Yeah.
That's the key, is taking something negative, turning it into positive, and then that's the key to moving on. You're leaving that behind, you're moving on to something new, and you're replacing that old habit with something positive.
Yeah. And I mean, every time I do lay my hands on someone to give them a massage or an energy healing session, that heals a little bit more of me inside. It truly does. When you're living in your soul's passion, purpose, it does. It heals you.
What about you, Jen?
Um,
She goes, Dan,
when
also, but
I
we'll get out of this one.
no, when I made changes, the biggest thing I did, I excised a lot of people out of my life that did not serve me well. And that I think was the biggest thing, because I did a lot of trying to, I kept people in my life that didn't have my best interest at heart. And so when I decided to make the changes in my life to improve myself, I just excised those people out of my life, just cut them off cold. And that was the
well,
best thing that I ever did for me
well,
and for them.
that's not exactly moving on, though.
But I did move on. I moved on from
What
them.
did you
And
What did
so
you
when
do?
I
What
did
did you
that,
do to
I
What
gained
did you
new.
replace? What did you replace that losing those people or those friendships? What was your coping mechanism as far as leaving that behind to move on to something different?
I replaced them with solitude and peace, and not going out to the bar all the time, and staying home and reading books. And I learned tarot, and I learned how to do mediumship properly. I learned how to do a lot of things that now serve me well in my career. I took a lot of
That's
tarot
super
classes during
cool.
that time. Do
That's
what?
super cool. I said I'm just talking out loud. I'll say that was just really cool.
I replaced them and the things that we did that did not serve me with solitude and peace, and taking classes and learning how to do things that do serve me well now.
I moved
And it
on.
actually improved my life, and it improved theirs. I'm sure I was dragging them down as well.
Robert says self-sacrifice is actually self-sabotage because ego is involved. See what a selfless person I am, yet inwardly feeling resentful towards the others we're supposedly helping. It's true. Michelle says, "Me too, Jen. For me, moving on. When I was getting to that point, I moved on to witchcraft, and then I started learning everything I could possibly learn about it, and then I fell in love with it, and then as the years gone by, I still love witchcraft, but I know things differently now. I see things differently than what others see or perceive witchcraft to be now. I see it as something different. Maybe it's because of everything that I've taught myself, everything that I've learned, and I realize it's my journey. For me, it all feels the same. So it's a higher understanding of what witchcraft is. And I moved on from my bad habits and replaced my bad habits with witchcraft and all that the witchcraft had to offer me. And it's been a lot. And I'm glad that I decided to make that change and decided to take that negative and turn it into positive in what I did in the witchcraft community.
Delving deeply into witchcraft saved my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally, the craft saved my
Yeah.
life. Saved my life because I was heading down a horrible path. And
Same.
getting into the craft, finding my deities, doing the things that I do
Yeah.
now, it literally saved my life.
It was an interesting journey for me, and going through when I moved on and I started diving into witchcraft. I dove into every aspect that I could possibly dive into, and it's weird. I still don't honor or have deities that I work with. I don't. I
Not
personally,
everyone does. Not everyone.
and not everybody. You're right. Not everybody does. And for me, it just didn't work. It just didn't work for me. I learned to use my own inner strength to call upon the things that I need or I want to project. I've learned to channel that into what I want. I don't need to call upon this. I don't need to call upon that. I, I don't need to call on this thing over here. I just call upon myself because I know now that I'm capable of doing the things that I want to do. I just have to have the discipline enough to channel that energy into what I want. That's where that's where my higher learning of witchcraft comes in, because I know now what this is about at a different level. It's not always about the deities or the books or the path or the craft anymore. It's about the energy as a whole. And what can you do? What are your possibilities? Are you limiting yourself? And that's why I started these shows. I want people to be able to tap in to their full potential. The same way I ended up tapping into my full potential. And that means
And it's
facing,
limitless. Your potential is limitless.
that's it. But people put limits on themselves. Well, I can do this, but, oh, I can do that, but. No, you can do anything that you absolutely want if you put your mind to it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is witchcraft. Why? Because we as human beings, us, the people, created this path we call witchcraft, this path we call paganism. We, the people, us, imagine that, created it. It just didn't pop out of nowhere, right? So we created it. How interesting is that? We created all this. So why are we doubting ourselves? Why are we putting limits on ourselves of the possibilities of what we can be or can do? It took one man to create Wicca. It took one man to create Luciferian belief. It took one man to create Satanism, because they just believed enough in themselves, right? But everything all kind of intertwined together. Enough of my long speech. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Enough of my long speech. Enough of my long speech. I get so passionate about it, and I tend to ramble on about.
I'm passionate about it too. I'm starting a class next month where I'm starting to teach witchcraft for beginners up at the shop. I'm going back up to the shop because I feel like I need to get started back in my great work. So I'm starting to teach a class up there, but I'm only doing one Saturday a month. So I'm not going to do too much, but I'm doing that.
Robert says, I'm a Jesus metal rocker and totally understand the difference between ethical witchcraft and Satanism. As soon as my faith community even hears the word witchcraft, they go, oh, those Satan worshipers. And I step in and say, my witch friends, never even talk about this fella, nor worship him, much less promote faith in the guy. I am not.
Okay, I got to pause you there. Satanists do not even worship Satan. They don't even believe in the guy.
No.
Luciferians are the ones that typically are the ones who use him as a deity. But it is unfortunately witchcraft gets all lumped in. They all worship Satan, and we don't even believe in that guy.
I struggle.
Satan belongs to the Christian.
It's I'm going to sound messed up by saying this, but
they make him up.
Satan. I'm probably get a lot of slack for this, but let's be honest, guys, and true. Satan is not real. It's just a character. It's a character in a book.
In a book.
It's not real.
His character belongs to Christians. He doesn't belong in witchcraft. He doesn't belong to any of us. He's actually he's the Christians guy. He's not our guy.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I struggle with deities. I'm more of a reality-based faith of what's tangible, what's real, what can be done. And I struggle with the deities because it's just they're just characters.
The difference with the deities that most witches work with is we don't worship our deities. We have a working relationship with our deities.
Honor them. I get it. Maybe I say it wrong. You honor the deities. No, it's okay,
but it's not a. It's a coexisting relationship. It's a working relationship. I do for you, you do for me. It's not I don't worship anything. I don't bend the knee to anything. I don't I make an offering, they do a thing. It's a working thing. It's not a worship thing.
And I can respect that, the whole honoring thing. I worded it wrong, so I do apologize. No, there is some folks out there that do worship him, though. They do.
There are.
But I just never been that one to grasp the idea of it. I don't know why. I just really feel that
my friend Dana, she doesn't do deities either. She doesn't like doing the deity thing either. And that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about witchcraft is it's so you can do what you want with it, and
maybe maybe I'm really more into the grassroots of witchcraft. Like the real witchcraft is just farmers looking at the moon and deciding moon phases of when to plant their crops, when to get their harvest. It was the ground grassroots of witchcraft. Witches are nurses, basically what they were back then, or even today, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so when it strays off into the fantasy side of things, that's where I've now it loses. But back when I first started, it grabbed my interest a lot. It's like, wow, this is amazing. And then once you start learning and then really kind of getting the understanding of it, I'm focused more on the grassroots of what witchcraft really is.
They were the healers. They were the healers of the towns.
They were the farmers. They were the ones with the crops. They were the ones that everybody in town was going, our crops are dead, but they're the only ones that has 9-foot tall corn stalks or a roll of nice, healthy green beans. You know what I mean? That's what's witchcraft. That to me, that is. When it strays off into this fantasy side of it, it just loses me a little bit. But that's personal opinion, though. That's just my personal.
Okay. But that's why it's everyone can believe differently. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love it so much.
Here we are straying off the subject tonight, but
Yeah, we went tangent. I told you. Go off on a tangent.
Jen knows how to. Well, I mean, it's a good conversation. We're having conversation. Everybody's having conversation with us too. Robert, we feel good with you too, buddy. Scott says, I agree. If I can get it to pop up. There we go. Scott says David says I agree with Scott. Okay, I'm so confused here. I'm not part of the fundamentalist gang. I love what Jesus is all about in his terms of kindness and all, but that's just for me. Hey,
I'm down with Jesus. Jesus
I am
is good in
too.
my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus was all right in my book.
I've
Yeah.
had shows when we get closer to Christmas time. We're going to have shows where I talk about how Jesus was pagan, and we're going to test the theory of the Christianity's version of Jesus versus my version of the pagan Jesus, and we'll see where we at the end of the show where we stand, where Jesus is. Your opinion of where Jesus is? Is he what the Bible says he is, or is he more? Is he more of the pagan, the cool guy hanging out with the pagans? I think he's more of the cool guy hanging out with the pagans. Yes, pagan simply means we're nature dwellers. I agree. But yes, I'm a Jesus fan. I like Jesus. I like his long hair and beard. All he needs
Jesus
now
was
is a
always
Harley Davidson.
He was always cool.
Jesus rode a Harley into the sun. Anyway, we're done. We're done tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to be giving away the prize now. So you guys have been waiting for it the whole show. We are about to reveal the winner of the 20-piece Healing Stone set, and we're going to give it a spin. Good luck, everybody, and here we go. Look at there. Good old David. Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations.
Now you know what I'll do?
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats.
He's coming over this weekend.
That's
Why not?
awesome.
I'll just get him now, and then when he comes over, I'll just hand him to him. Whoa! I'll hand it to him personally. I'm sorry.
Sid's excited.
Well, congratulations, David. And that is our show. Oh, look at all these comments. Hang on. We're going to leave tonight with one last song. It's "Moving On," which it just came out on Spotify October 7th. I am excited for that. That's huge for me in
Congrats, Sid.
my own little world. But it's out on Spotify, YouTube Music, all the major platforms. The song is out. I'm stoked. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Congratulations once again to David for winning the prize this week. And we are leaving. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next Wednesday. And our lineup, guys, before we go, we got next week, we will have just us on. And then we're going to have 2 shows next week on the 15th on Wednesday and Friday at 9 p.m. If you ladies are up for it, co-host with me. And we'll have the wrong side of town on the show. Musical guests on the show this Friday night. Should be fun. Then we're back on the 27th. And then on the 29th, just a few days before Halloween, we are going to have ourselves a little Halloween bash here on the Hearth and the Stag podcast. We're dressing up.
Yes, I'm excited.
I'm going to dress up. Jen's dressing up. Danny's dressing up. And Katrina, our guest from the Metaphysical Parlor, is going to be on. She's dressing up. So it should be a good show. Tune in for the next month here of October because we're going to have a fun time and some fun shows. Guys, take care. Take care of one another, and guys, be safe out there, and see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I know it's hard letting it go. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright. There is nothing that you can't do. It's time to begin anew. Throw away everything you knew. Moving on, carry on. Turn those gray clouds blue. Moving on, carry on. Letting go the past, making room for less, starting new. Let the fear go away. Find a place that feels right to you. Tell yourself that you are worth it. Leaving all the pain behind you. Filling your soul with love. Moving on, carry on. Turn those gray clouds blue. Moving on, carry on. Letting go the past, making room for less, starting new. This is your time, this is the place. Whatever you want, you can have. Whatever you want, you can have. Moving on, carry on. Turn the first gray clouds blue. Moving on, carry on. Letting go of the past, making room for less, starting new.
Sometimes I would look at the sky and just wonder why. After all these years, I still haven't figured what it is that I really want in life. Sure, when I was young, I would answer doctor or lawyer when asked in class about what I wanted to be. And I always meant it. And then, life happened, and as it turned out, reality changes people's dreams. Sometimes, it even makes us realize that we're not good at things that we're passionate about. And believe me, that shit breaks people. I do have my share of broken pieces. I do have my scars. But I also have lifeline dreams. And my little hope is, if even the smallest of them can't come true, when what's meant for me finally finds me, I don't feel sad. for the things I didn't get or for the person I didn't become. That I still find the beauty in this you and universe, and always remember how I'm a part of something big and beautiful. That's what my heart hopes for.